Hey guys, I'm Melhorn, and today we're going to talk about planer boards and how you use them to catch catfish. Planer boards have been around for a long time. They've become more and more popular in the catfishing world over the past 10 to 15 years. For years, walleye and striper fishermen used these tools to increase the area that they were able to cover while trolling. In the past 10 to 15 years, they've become very popular with catfish anglers, especially now that more and more anglers are using a moving boat, drifting or dragging, to try to catch catfish. The term planer comes from the fact that they plane out away from the boat. The effect that happens is you have a line going back to the boat, back to your rod, and when that line is pulled tight in the water, it pulls the board at an angle and causes it to swim out away from the boat. It's almost the same effect you get when you put your hand out of a car window, and you can leave it like this and it's fine, and if you turn it, it'll start to pull away. Same thing, you turn it the other way. When I first started fishing with planer boards, I was using some that were not really designed to pull heavy weight. I tried the yellowbirds, I tried the water bugs, and they're all great planer boards, but they're not really designed to pull heavier weight drifting and dragging rigs like catfish anglers use. I finally came across some that a buddy of mine was making, and they were bigger, heavier, had a heavy aluminum blade on them, and did an excellent job of swimming the baits out away from the boat, especially those heavier Santee rigs that had the 2-ounce dragging weights on them. Since then, several people are making them, and I'll put some links down below to people that you can order some of these planer boards from. I'll have some links down there you can click on, look at the different ones, and see what's right for you. Those of us that drag for catfish are typically going a half a mile an hour or less. So you need something that will swim out and plane out at those slower speeds. The boards are a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier. They've got more styrofoam or flotation, and they end up costing a little bit more. Now, planer boards vary in price. They start anywhere from down in the $20 to $30 range, all the way up to $80 or $90 for a pair. It really depends what features you're getting, how big they are. So take a look around. There's a lot of choices, a lot of selection out there. It's just a matter of figuring out what's going to work best for you. Now, a few of the features of a planer board. The first thing is going to be a clip or some type of ring in the back that secures your line to the board. This basically puts the board on your line. There's all kinds of different ways. You can use a snap swivel. You can use some of the different little curly Q type things that you wrap line into. Now that will attach to what I call the blade on a planer board. This is the part that sits down in the water, almost like the rudder on a boat, and actually is what catches the water and pulls it away from the boat. At the top of that, there's going to be some type of flotation. Some people use a balsa wood, some people use closed cell foam, some people use styrofoam, all kinds of different options. The size and shape of this is what determines how well it will work with your style of fishing. So at the other end of the planer board, from where your line attaches, there will be a rod with some type of clip on it. This clip attaches to your line, and the reason it's this little spongy, springy clip is so that when you catch a fish or get hooked, with a swift jerk of the line, you can pull the line free from the clip, and it frees the board up so it doesn't stay in the water being pulled, adding resistance while you're fighting the fish. Now you may ask yourself, how many planer boards do you need? Well, generally speaking, you need to get them in a pair. That'll be for the left and the right side of the boat. Now, in addition to that, depending on how you want to fish and how technical and savvy you are, you can fish 2 pairs, 3 pairs. It just really depends on your rod holder configuration and how you want to deal with, swimming these boats. I suggest to people starting out, get a pair of them and mess around with them. See if you like it. See if you like the advantages that it provides to you. See if you like dealing with them. For some people, they consider it a hassle and don't want to do it. While there's others, I've seen 6 planer boards swimming off the sides of boats. It all depends how much you want to work, how technically savvy you are. This is a more technical way of fishing for catfish than just anchoring a boat up and throwing some baits on the bottom. On my boat, it's about 8 feet wide. If I've got 7-foot rods off the sides of it, At the very most, I'm getting maybe a 23, 24 foot swath there that I'm able to cover. But with using planer boards, you can easily double or triple that spread. So it can easily go up to 60, 70 feet that you were covering with planer boards. So when you come through the water, the area that you've got bait in is much wider, and it's also putting out a much bigger area of scent. Well, hopefully all this gives you some information to think about and consider. I'm going to have some links down in the comment section below to some of the different planer boards out there that you can click on and that you can go purchase, and some people that you can contact if you're interested in buying some of these planer boards. Now make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I've got some people that are sending me some planer boards to actually test out and demo. And I'm going to do some videos that kind of review these planer boards, and I'm going to tell you what I like about them and what advantages using these boards may give you.